Hey guys, this is Gamer, welcome back to the Genius of Sephiroth. So last time we took out Luigi and Jono, an unlikely pairing, but a pretty cool one nonetheless, and they had good synergy with each other, despite, you know, not really working together beforehand. They had a good idea behind their attack, I just knew it was coming, so yeah. So, we took them out before, and now we get to explore the third section of the Youkai Mountain. Now, full warning, there are a couple of items hidden in this area which I don't remember where they are. Like, those who have played this game before will know which ones I am talking about, and I have a rough idea of where one or two of them are, but no, one of the two of them even, but I don't remember where they are, strictly speaking. Now, encounters are extremely difficult to avoid in this place, so you'll probably be finding we'll be doing a lot of fights here, which is annoying. Also, I forgot to change my formation, so we are totally running away from that. No way am I doing that with the freaking Cherno formation. My formation is supposed to be, well, it was Hakurai type before. Do I want to keep it as Hakurai type? I've switched to Patchouli from Marissa, basically, as the character switch that we have had. I mean, I could just have Last Moira, but I don't have Reimu set up for AoE heals at the moment, so yeah, I think I will just go back to Hakurai type. Have Moko in the center, have Sanai there, because magic up for the back two is quite nice. Yeah, because Moko is tankier than Sanai, so it's better to have her in the middle. Alright, so let's have a proper fight with these hero chickens, the Bassin. They have fire breath, that is just about all I remember from it. Also, I forgot to switch your weapon. Well, gosh darn it, this is going fantastically to start with. Yeah, I did change my growth tree, but I forgot to change the equipment, so heck yeah. Let's go with an attack buff, because I have a feeling I'm going to be going back to the healing circle straight after this anyway, so let's just go all out. I probably should have just used a fancy seal there as well, but oh well. So they're not too dangerous, but they're a bit more dangerous than the other birds that we've encountered so far. You know, the yokai crows are really nothing, but these guys are a bit more dangerous. However, they are weak to Sakuya because they are birds, so, you know, we have a Slayer against them, which is always good. And I believe water is a good element to hit them with, so we'll do that as well. Just to get them down a bit quicker. Maybe don't kill us with a fire breath. Well, Sanai kinda died. Oh my god, the spam! It's too real! But it's okay because Sakuya is kind of awesome. And that's what Concentrate looks like. Yeah, Sakuya Slayer is super good here. Marissa gets a level straight away and gets Stardust Surge, which is the skill I was kind of after for replacing Stardust Missile. So now she has all of those high-powered moves, and I am not going to get away from this, am I? I don't actually lose any MP and stuff with that, so you know what? We have new enemies to show off anyway. So Clear Waterfall Avatar, the dragons of the place. They use a lot of what's its face? Zappers. The column-based physical attacks. They do quite a lot of that, so be careful for that. I don't think they have an elemental weakness, but I might be wrong on that. I don't actually remember. But they use a lot of different elements, and they do have venom and death zappers as well, so they can poison and insta-kill. So be careful about that. Resistance is definitely a good skill to raise here. And yeah, I'm gonna heal straight after this fight, so we'll just burn MP here, get as much damage off as possible. And yeah, they don't really cast magic so much, so wow, the silence is not so good against these guys. They can also take a decent beating, so if there's a lot of them, be really careful and don't use a formation that is super weak to column moves. That's all you need to know about them. So to get that box over there, we have to go all the way down and around, trying to avoid as many of these fights as we can, but of course not all of them are avoidable. I don't remember if these guys have got any items for us, but I'm gonna run anyway if I can, because we've already fought them before. So, wow, that's sweet. Oh my, come on, let me run. This is the worst thing in randomized RPG stuff, is when you can't run away from the fights and everybody dies, and we almost wiped because of that. You can quickly see just how much you can get stuff going wrong with the Youkai sisters. Okay, that was a bit of a change of tune right there, but yes, let's see if we can kill them this time. It's 3 damage, 4, and they stayed in. Ooh, this is good. This means that we should be able to take them out with this. Full Moon Revenge. Oh, please at least one of these hit. Yeah, 2 damage. That's all we need. And that is 3060 experience, because Byakuran has the 1% item on for Rabbit's Paw. So yeah, everybody level. All the levels. That's all we ever need for that. So good stuff coming out of that, for sure. So this area, you can see we're on the lake part now, and there's a lot of stuff going all over the place. There's a new enemy here too. So the Weak Tengu, kind of a nasty name for it. It's a Transcendent, so it's a bit of a weird one to hit that way. If you still have Notori with her tier 3 gun, she has a Slayer against these things, I think. So, but they're not birds, so be careful with that. They're not too devastating, but they do have a party-wide daze attack, so you do need to be careful of that. Definitely resistance buff against them. They're very weak to electric, I believe, so we should be able to hurt them quite badly with that, which is what we'll try and do. I didn't get silence on the one I wanted. That's annoying. Yeah, Tornado is a daze attack, but if you're already dazed, then wow, that was a huge amount of damage. If you're already dazed, then it will have a Slayer against the characters who got dazed. So do be careful with it. It is something that you can easily get caught out by. So don't get caught out by it, basically, like, obviously. But yeah, they're not overly dangerous other than that, so we should be good to go. I'm gonna Ceiling Needle these guys. Although I'm probably gonna just kill it with Sakio, and you know, yeah, Sakio and that combined. That's fine, because Ceiling Needle is actually good against the Buddhist monk characters. So yeah, that's those guys in a nutshell. If there's like 3 or 4 of them, it starts getting problematic. And we have a new armor too. So the Venom Rune Cloves. Very good against poison. If you are still trying to get the Poison Shield formation, have Satori equip these, because this will just make it so much easier to get. But they're very good against Poison and Curse, which are 2 elements that are used a fair bit here. So that's alright, you can get some good stuff there. And that's what I was looking for. I thought one of them was around here. In every stage that we go to from now on, or every new location, there will be one of these and an Adamantite Shard hidden in the area. So there are 8 in total in the game, I believe, for this, and we will find a use for them later on, but for now we just need to collect them, because they're not going to do any good for us in the immediate term, but they will later on, so keep them in mind. And yeah, do your best to look for them, because they are that hidden. Is there anything up here? I don't remember. I feel like I'm just going around in, like, not quite circles, but going around a spot where there's not actually any items. Let's have a look at the map here. Yeah, that's a dead end corner, so there's nothing there. So we just need to head upwards. I think I got everything in that last bit. This place is a little bit tricky to sort of navigate around all the stuff here, so I might well miss stuff. And you can see, yeah, there was a dark and a holy zapper in one go there. So these guys have much in the way of variety. And we get a look at the veteran power. So we've already faced the demon, now we fight to the angel. And it has a sword, so it's more physically inclined than the previous one, but I think it still uses the magic attacks like shining stars and whatnot, so you'll have to be a little bit careful of that. Of course, Reimu's completely useless against this guy, so that's great. You know, because obviously it's like immune to light, or very resistant at least. I was hoping to get silence on this, but it didn't happen, so that kind of sucked. Of course it's got some divine barrier as well, just like the other characters like this. Yeah, Sanai needs to heal herself. Lasers, I think, I don't think they ignore that stuff actually, but there we go, there's the silence, so now it can't use shining stars or any of that stuff like Star Blaze, which is the important stuff. And that's it. That is the fight. By themselves they're not too bad. When they're in big groups is when it starts getting problematic, as Reimu gains a level there. We're still, for most of our characters, gaining bonus experience here. So Sanai is actually the only one who's not getting bonus experience. So I think it's level 34 or 35 is the upper tier here. Or not the upper tier, but the on par level. So keep that in mind if you are looking for where you should be in terms of levels, then that's what you're looking at. So here, obviously we had a magic shard for Patchouli. So a lot of fights I am just going to be running for most of these because, like I've said before, there are a ton of fights in this area, and we'll come back and do them all in like one grand kill-a-thon later on. Is there anything else of interest here? That is the question. I think there's other stuff up here which I would want to interact with. Yeah, there's a whole extra section here where I think you can get to this through various entry points and you'll be able to get boxes. So I think that's the idea behind this room, or we might actually be looping around and we'll get the rest of them. Anyway, there was a donation box, of course, for Reimu crafting. Pretty good. Oh, these fire breaths are murderous! Murderous, I tell you! They really hurt, like, a lot. As you would obviously think from something like that. Yeah,
I'm gonna go back down and check actually, just to make sure that I didn't just forget to go in one of the directions or something. It doesn't take too long to go around these places. Actually, is there something down the bottom here? Because I did notice right there that my map is not complete in this section, so is there actually something down here? Nope, it's just my map being incomplete. Curiosity gets me into more friggin' fights, and we can't run from this one, really? That's not good. Sleeping too, not good. Let me get away. Don't be jerks about it. Let me get away. Also, if you're sleeping, I didn't make a mention of this before, but if you're asleep, then your defense is lowered. So you will take more physical damage, as we saw Marissa taking over 100 damage from the fire breath. Wow, I seriously got stuck there. Yeah, she took over 100 damage there from a fire breath that consistently did 90 at full HP before. Full enemy HP, that is. See, if that was in the previous version, I wouldn't have been able to get out of there, because, yeah, there is actually a thing up here. In Lingering Summer Heat, you actually can't go through enemies just after they are running from an encounter, so they don't persist in chasing you for quite as long, but if you try and run away, then, and, you know, you successfully run away, then you can't go through the overworld spikes at all for a while. So you could get yourself trapped in the corner, and that happened quite a lot, and it was annoying, but not so anymore, because for a very brief moment, you're actually able to go straight through enemies once you've ran from an encounter. So that's good. However, if there are multiple enemies, then you usually get stuck by the one that's behind the one that stops you in the first place. So, yeah, man, I'm gonna run out of lives on my more fragile characters here in a bit. I might actually have to go back to a healing point to recover my lives, because yeah, that's gonna be a problem soon. I guess I should have maybe noted that being bird-like things, the elite tanker does have high evade. Oh my god, come on, stop annoying me with this. Like, seriously, this is just obnoxious. There is is a formation that you can use to help out with stuff this way. We'll get it at some point later, but yeah, running can just be really annoying sometimes. Maybe I should put the skull hairpin on somebody so that I can have more speed. That might actually be a worthwhile plan. I don't know. All of this just to get a silver tray for Sakura too. To be fair, a silver tray is very important because you do need a lot of Sakura gear during the game, and her stuff is expensive to make. So, I mean, you don't necessarily need it all, but her slayers are so good. You know, I'm just gonna try and, I'd say try and alter this fight, but it's not even worth that. These guys are just being really annoying right now. I guess it's weak to slash as well, this guy, so... Huh, I didn't actually know that. But yeah. I don't think there's anything else down that way, so we have another one of these. No, thank you. There's probably an item that it drops that I would want, but I'm really just not in the mood for finding enemies that we've already fought several times before now. But you can see just how tricky this area is in terms of avoiding said enemy fights, so... Be prepared to do a lot of battles. That's all I'm going to say for this area. Anyway, now that we've taken care of my curiosity and picked up a couple of items for doing so, there's actually an item there which I missed, so... why am I altering this? I can't kill this guy with auto. Or maybe I can, who knows. You know what, we can totally die. Yeah. This is just providing me with more editing work later, isn't it? Curse your game!
Oh my god, go away! Oh, I forgot just how irritating this area was in terms of not getting into hundreds and thousands of fights, but we do actually get a weapon that Marissa might want to use. So, the Rune Staff gives you 20% extra MP. Yeah, that's pretty good. You can see already that Marissa gets like 33 MP from that. Pretty strong. I won't equip it just now because I wouldn't get the benefits from it, since you don't recover MP and outside of going to a healing circle. But when we next get to a healing circle or a place where I can stop for that, I will definitely go ahead and equip that. Also, there's a box up here, the sneaky buggers hiding something there. We'll take a look at what the fairy spear does in a minute. If I remember rightly, it has a slayer against warriors and magicians, because I think it's supposed to... It's either that or it's like one that's
supposed to be used by the fairies. Freaking hell, these fights are just annoying. Fine, you know what? I don't even care anymore, just all of you can freaking go die in the fire. This is seriously just obnoxious. That's the only way of putting it, really. All of you just perish. Yeah, I'm already sick of stuff with that here. That double cast
of Earthlight Ray was pretty good for killing all the enemies there, at least. So we do get a couple of levels. We actually do get a skill for Byakuran too. So let's take a look at stuff that way whilst we're here. So Dark Galaxian, one of her few spell cards actually, multi-target, petrify and damage move. It's quite strong, but usually Byakuran won't be attacking, so it's kind of tricky to actually use it. But it's a good attack nonetheless. And okay, it wasn't quite what I was thinking. It's I thought it was either a spear that was designed for slaying fairies, which would have been the warrior magician slayers, or in this case it's just a spear that fairies actually use, and it gives a column attack 30% of the time. Some enemies do actually have named weapons and stuff in their, as their like gear of choice, so you do need to be careful on some occasions. Anyway, I think going up here is the way for progress, so let's do that. And there's a couple of little sort of hidden hovels here, but now that we're away from the riverside, there's new enemies to encounter, including the Ancient Battlefield Fire. Random enemy to come across here. I think, actually, is this undead or is this the Transcendent? Those Tengu might have actually been like zombie things. I don't even know. I can never remember the difference between some of the parts here. Anyway, these guys I think are resistant to physicals, but take a lot of damage from water. But we can try and hit them with a physical and see what happens. If I remember rightly, they can cast a curse move, so we'll need to be a bit mindful about that. Otherwise, not too dangerous, I don't think. They have some fairly strong fire skills, but they're not that resistant to physical. That's okay. They don't like Earthlight Ray though, so yeah, Firestone, can't use that. Yeah, Will-O-Wisp is a curse move. It's a column-based curse attack. And area heal being obnoxious. I was trying to get silence on this this thing because of area heal, but we didn't manage it. That's okay. Sana needs some healing, and you need to just blast these guys, and you can... yeah, you can take out that guy at the top. Yokai Buster hits both. That'll do. So it's quite nice having a formation that's not super affected by column-based stuff, but at the same time, when freaking 3 attacks focus the row like that, there's not really much you're gonna do. If the enemies decide to get cheap and like attack the same, you know, 1 or 2 people every single time, then you're gonna have a hard time if you're not using Alice to defend. It's just an unfortunate fact, really, that yeah, if you get targeted several times in a row, then you are generally gonna cop it. Anyway, there's a Youkai Mountain rock over here, which is good. We can use that for crafting somebody's accessory later. And what have we got up here? And I remember one of these areas was a dead end. It looks like we've found a way of progress first, so... ugh. Okay. Long Arms, Long Legs is a rather savage foe. Not one that I really wanted to see here. This guy gets 2 attacks, and his second attack is a strong move called Breathless Strikes, and it will always target the character who had the lowest HP at the start of the round. So that is Marissa here, and of course Marissa is pretty fragile, so that doesn't help. And then you have Wanyudo, I guess, is a blazing wheel. Kind of odd that it's not in hell when it's up here, but whatever. It's another Water Weak enemy. I know it can do hit and run. I think it has the same curse attack that what's its face? The what am I thinking of here? The Skulls had. So that's kind of nasty. I think I'm just gonna Earthlight Ray here. I'm using a lot of bombs on Marissa, and that is something I'm a little bit worried about. But honestly, it's kind of important. Like, these enemies are not nice. You know, the front enemy here is particularly dangerous, so I was hoping to get rid of it before this. Yep, Marissa got focused, so yeah, 227 damage. It kind of one-shots any fragile characters, so that sucks. That sucks a lot. But hey, it's just about killed, so there is that. We can buff physical attack this turn and go ahead with the amulet once again. That should take the crow out in the back. And yeah, I was kind of hoping Marissa could have gotten that bomb, but whatever. Looks like that guy's resistant to light too. I'll have to look up the weaknesses and stuff later on. But yeah, that's gonna be for another time. So, one more level for Moko. Lots of freaking guys to get around here. And once we've explored the other side of this, I think that's basically gonna be it for this part. I mean, this has kind of gone on a bit longer than some of the other recent exploration ones, but that's kind of just a way with this stage, you know. We are sort of creeping into the 4th sector of this place, as we've seen with the new enemies once again, so there is that. I think there's actually something down here if I go down and check. I really should have done that beforehand, but sometimes you want to just get away from the encounters. And boy, if we had a lot of freaking encounters for that today. No? Is there really nothing down there? Maybe that's something I'll check out when I clear the area of enemies, because otherwise this is just going to get ridiculous. So with that said, let's just go up, get ourselves a box for a rock. I should have gone up instead of down there. I would have been able to get away from that, but yeah, we've seen what these guys do. It's nothing too special. We just have to... Seriously? Seriously? You're gonna do this? Oh my god, come on, just let us run, please. With such a large area and having so many encounters to deal with, it just it weighs you down a little bit, really. and that's just that. So we got some Notori gear as well. We got a Continental Shield. We'll see. Oh no! Two of them at the same time? Most definitely not. You can actually fight an encounter with 4 of those guys. That's really, really disgusting. But thankfully we didn't get to that. So, Continental Shield is an upgrade to the. This one's the Earth-based one. So it's the upgrade to the Gaia Shield that we got before. I think that's what it was. Let me have a look. Attic Radiant, Inferno. Somebody already got that equipped. It's probably on. Yeah, it's you, the Gaia Shield has got. So, yeah, this shield was really good against Earth and not so good against the other elements. Could still defend against them though. And yeah, it's a direct upgrade, like double the defenses basically. So that's a pretty neat item to get for one specific purpose later. But anyway, that's gonna do it for here. I'm gonna try and make my way out of here without having too many fights, but I'm gonna do that off camera because these are just irritating to get around. So this has been GamerCow playing Touhou, the Genius of Sapphiros, and next time we progress even further up the mountain. And yeah, it's a huge place for a reason. Youkai Mountain has always been giant. See you guys next time.